Before we wrap this show up, real quick, Sixers versus Celtics. What's your gut feeling? I'm going to throw it to you first, Sean. What's your vibe?
Yeah, the Embiid stuff has impacted my vibe quite significantly. I'll say I was feeling pretty optimistic for most of this year. The knee thing is just not good news. Who knows how legit, how much smokescreen. I'm sure there's something going on. I give this Sixers team a better chance than I felt in years. I think this is a Game 7 series, and if we can get a fully healthy Joel Embiid, I think the Sixers team can do it. But that's looking like a bigger if than I hoped would be the case at this point.
Yeah. Quinn's been saying this for a long time. Top 14,
Yeah.
second round exit. Tiago, do the Sixers have a chance against the Celtics?
With Embiid, I'll be highly disappointed if they don't beat Boston. Highly disappointed. I think they have more than enough talent to beat Boston. This is their time to beat Boston. If they underperform, again, assuming that Embiid is on the court and healthy, if they underperform with that core they have in place right now, I'll be highly disappointed. Will they beat Boston? The more I watch this team in the postseason, I have more and more doubts. But I think that they are set up from a roster's perspective to beat Boston for the first time in a very long time. And I'll be very disappointed if they don't. Yeah. So, yes, I'm going to go with yes.
All right. What about you, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, look, I know that a lot of people come away from this series, even though they swept, the play wasn't great and they might be worried. But sometimes I account that and can attribute that to, the competition you're playing. And as Tiago said, you might have had one of the worst playoff teams ever. When they went down by 10 early in this game, I was talking with my dad and I said, I know Brooklyn will end up going cold for about a 7-minute stretch in the second half. So, and they're going to have a chance. So sometimes I think that plays into it. I do believe a game like today can be beneficial where there is no Joel taking up a lot of the attention. So your other guys have got to play. And I know that, look, 3 games, they did not score over 100 points, is worrisome. But look, it's been built for this year. And I'd be, I'd be very disappointed if I went any other way than, they're going to win. My hope is if they're going to win, it's in 6, because I do not like being at the Boston Garden for Game 7. Just don't like it. Don't like the feel of that. But you're gonna. They've got to go back. You got to see how Boston plays them. I don't think Boston is very much in the realm of like doing what Brooklyn did. I think they're going to want to play Joel straight up. And if that's the case, guys like Maxey have got to get this, get this crap off their back about how Boston takes them out of their game. Guys like Tobias Harris have got to knock down shots. Is the attitude and the emotion of a PJ Tucker, something that also steps your game up. So I'll go Sixers in 6. But obviously it's going to be just a backyard brawl.
Chris, can I just make one more point about Boston? Because I think there's an anxiety factor around Boston because of all the failures with the Sixers. This is not an all-time Boston team.
No.
They're a good team. They're a very good team. They're not an all-time team. If the Sixers cannot beat Boston with the MVP of the league, James Harden and Tyrese Maxey, what are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, at that point, you might as well blow the whole thing up because they're a bigger fish to fry down the road if they want to win a championship. And this team is built to win a championship. So I think we have to put everything in a context. Yes, it's Boston. It's the past and whatnot. But if you want to win a championship, you got to throttle these teams, man. That's the way that the thing works. It's just as simple as that. So I'll be very disappointed if they don't beat Boston because they have to go for a championship. And there are better teams down the line.
I think Rob hit every point that I wanted to kind of bring up. It's exactly it. Like, how does Boston look at that Nets series and defend the Embiid Harden 2-man game? That's what I'll be looking at. Does that, because we've seen a lot of Embiid versus Horford struggles, but that has not been the case in recent Sixers versus Celtics series matchups. So I think the Embiid, if healthy, still has a major advantage over Boston. But how much will they double team? How much will they triple team? The Sixers were an elite offense all season long. That needs to continue in round 2 because that did not show up in round 1. Any take, Sean?
Yeah, no, I think the Celtics, I mean, and this is every team, but the Celtics are going to have to make the decision of do you let Joel Embiid try and beat you, or do you let the rest of the guys try and beat you? And we saw towards the end of the season when he had his 52-point game that they decided, like, we'll let Joel get his, and we don't think that's enough. And he proved that that wasn't the case. I think they're going to be more in the mindset of allow Embiid and Al Horford on an island a little bit, allow Embiid and Robert Williams on an island for a little bit, way more so than the Nets did, which I think plays into the Sixers' favor. So I'm personally more optimistic about that matchup. This Nets series, it felt like a Raptors or Heat series. The next one's going to be some more real basketball and see how things match up. So yeah, I agree with what Tiago said. Like, if this squad can't find a way to get it done, this is what we're building for. So let's see it happen, and hopefully, I'm more optimistic, but we gotta see it.
Yep.
And I know it's only a 1-game difference, but to me, another sign this team can be different. The Sixers have not been able to sweep, right?
Yeah.
And last year, think about they were better than that Raptors team, but they lose game 5 or game 4 and game 5 at home. You know what I mean? This team wasn't going to allow that. They said, we don't care that Joel's not playing today. We don't care that we fell down 10, 11 points early. This series needs to end. We need to get the time off, and that's that. And they came out and did it.
And to be fair, like, this Sixers team has so much more like fight in the second half, way better in clutch situations than years past. It's not even comparable.